I've been sick all week, so hopefully I don't sound too nasally.
It's all right, dog.
Yeah, you
Everybody
straight.
got allergies nowadays. I got
chilling.
allergies and shit. It's
Sip
springtime.
tea.
So yeah, I'll be sipping my tea.
The springtime shit be crazy. All right. We are going in 3. Rutgers, go Knights. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. What's up, Six Squad? Today, we're talking about how Rutgers shocked the world. Loyola gets their first win of the season. Ohio State is a wagon, and the Irish lose their 3rd game this year. And we got a whole lot more to talk about. But make sure to follow us on X and Instagram and whatever other social media you use. Give us some love. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Go, big plays. Tied up, splits the double with 8. She's going to get a shot off each. Are you kidding me?
Yes, sir. We are back in Adam. All right, we got the full squad today. We got yours truly, Scotty, Brian, Diggs, and Shane today, guys. How we living?
Man, my body hurts. I played lacrosse today.
That's what's up.
4 subs.
Damn.
34 years old playing
I was about to say-
2-way mid.
I saw Sam Kennard playing attack or playing short stick today.
That already got posted? Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
saw
said,
that.
he said
I
that's my
was like-
first. He said that's my first goal since high school.
It's like, what is that man doing?
Yeah.
Short stick. What are we doing?
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Everybody else good? Everybody living the dream, right?
Yeah,
You gotta be living the dream, right? Shane don't know what it's like to live in the dream because his team sucks. But
Yeah.
Brian and me living the dream.
Boy, my mention's been real quiet the last 48 hours.
Dude, my mentions have been popping.
Of course.
Absolutely popping. For reason. For
you loud
good
as hell.
reason. You know why? You know why? Let me tell you why.
Rutgers players than Rutgers players.
Let me tell you why my mentions have been blowing up, dog. Because the Scarlet Knights pulled it off versus the Terps this weekend. Yo, Marcus Day down.
Hey,
I'm gonna
give
tell
it
my
up. Give it up for the Scarlet Knights for beating my rivals.
Yo, the Googs family is nowhere in the chat right now. Like, what's good?
Nope. See? Yo, Marcus Day down. Mark yesterday down as probably one of the top days in my life. It's gonna suck to tell my kid that the day they were born was my second favorite day.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Is that what you said, LB Hopkins?
In a conference game, not even in
but
the
y'all
national
trash.
championship.
Your Hopkins is so trash.
I thought I was gonna get away with it.
Listen, I'm saying this year with that Rutgers game was wild, and I'm upset. I'm upset that I wasn't there. Right, I had other obligations I had to do. Okay, I had tell me why I had pro Rutgers lacrosse players calling me a pussy. Right, but because I'm not going to the game. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I guess who it was?
Hey, wait. So I just call him a bitch because that's how Jersey exchanges works. That's just basically we just called each other.
Narrowed it down to one player.
That's
We
it.
called each other bros.
I ain't gonna tell you who it was. Who do you think it was, though, Diggs?
I think it was Nardella. I think it was Nard.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess, but no, it wasn't Nardella.
No,
I'm definitely gonna tell you guys.
Yeah, he's from upstate. I know it was his number 7 for the game.
Oh man! All right, we're gonna keep it moving, keep it pushing.
Oh man!
But yeah,
there's only a few of them. I gotta keep it going. Oh no!
Yo,
You gotta come on the pod, bro.
Rutgers pulls up the upset versus Maryland, and our boy Duke Richmond scored in the game. Duke Richmond the second.
Man,
Okay?
It's a real
shouts out
name.
to Duke,
It's a real
man.
person. He did score.
And
Shouts out, brother.
and the Collins do it to him, bro. That boy Colin Zeller, a problem, has a hattie. And then I'll show you guys later during the show. Colin Kelly might be one of my favorite players.
From where?
You know where he from? Syracuse, right? But Syracuse couldn't hold him. Brought
That's
him
a
to the
very
promised
Syracuse
land,
thing. Yeah,
aka
that's a
New
very
Jersey.
Syracuse thing to happen, honestly.
So it's New Jersey against the world, guys. The Scarlet Knights are. How high are we ranking Scarlet Knights after this? If, in my non-biased opinion, they have to be number one now.
Yeah, of course.
He said we
I
500.
mean,
We number
we
one.
knew you were gonna say that. Y'all
They
are
got
6
it
and 6.
number one.
Realistically, what number are you? Where are you putting Rutgers?
I need to see the
UMass
last.
lost. UMass lost, so I think they gonna I think they'll take that
Yeah.
18.
Who they lose to?
UMass lost to
High Point.
Yes.
High Point beat them. That's crazy. I did not expect that. I thought
And High
UMass was
Point,
gonna run it.
so I think High Point being unranked is gonna. I think because you know how to when they do the voting, like if you lose from like 18, 19, 20, you lose one game, like nah, you good.
Yeah.
I think
Thank you for your service. You up out of here.
I think Rutgers. I think Rutgers is gonna go enter the rankings again at number 15. I'm gonna call it 15.
No way.
Wait, do you think
That's
15
such
is
ranked?
crazy.
Are they ranked higher than Hop?
Yes.
Yes. That trash.
Rutgers has to be ranked higher than Hopkins at this point. They have to be.
Okay, yeah, because Hop is 17. So Hop is borderline.
I think Hop drops out of the top 20, and I
As-
would put Rutgers probably at night, probably 18, because I think Dartmouth might drop out too.
I don't know
See,
how
but-
those. I don't know how it
Dartmouth
works.
lost, so I don't think.
Dartmouth
I
got
don't think Hop's gonna
spanked.
fall out.
They did get spanked. I picked them just because I really wanted them to win. But
Same.
they got spanked.
I was
They
like,
got spizzing.
That's
I was
crazy.
at least hoping it was going to be a closer game, but they got.
You
Harvard's
picked-
good, man.
That's
Harvard's
crazy.
good.
You picked them, Diggs. Here you go.
They got danced on.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
That's it.
It's just what it's gonna be
I
sometimes.
don't think.
It's-
I don't
it's
think Hop's
not-
gonna
okay.
fall out.
All right.
Hey, Shane. Before you go, this is my moment. Okay.
Your moment has
This is
been
my
going
moment.
for
All right.
at least 10 minutes now. Can you hurry up?
This is my moment.
God,
All
He
right.
said
we
before we
get
started
it.
recording.
We get it.
Hey,
Your
and I have
team
to.
won.
I
Your
have
team
to.
won.
Hey,
My whole mind was just
hey.
you and Rutgers wins. I
Damn,
get it, bro.
You got veins
Enjoy-
coming out your forehead right now.
Oh
You
my
better relax.
gosh, because I knew this would happen.
Relax.
Oh my God.
Relax.
The
Listen,
whole timeline called it.
Yo,
They're like, Scotty gonna be
listen,
insufferable.
I'm just
Oh
telling
my
you.
God.
And I would be wrong if I didn't bring up my boy in goal, Carden Stoller. I'd be wrong. That boy
Game
Carden
ender.
Stoller is a
He did
problem.
that. He
Game
did that.
ender. That's
Yeah.
game ender.
A dagger. I hate the 10-man ride in lacrosse, bro. Like in a high-level lacrosse game, I hate the 10-man ride, leaving the goal wide open like that. I just don't like it. But when it's against Rutgers, I'm happy because I've seen Carden Stoller do this before. Just throw that from the other end and get that bucket. Listen, Rutgers
Check the
is
chat. That's hilarious.
about to be on a whole nother Rutgers is now about to be ranked. You can't tell me nothing until Rutgers loses their next game. All right.
100% they'll be right.
And
better be
also
ranked.
speaking of Rutgers, okay. Rutgers Club Lacrosse, guys. You know, your boys coaching their lacrosse team. We shit on
Scotty.
2 teams today. We pumped them, right? Pumped them.
Who?
We
Like
pumped
twice?
Iona and Stony Brook today.
I
Bro.
was about to say, don't say the high school team.
No, we pumped them, dude. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my boys at Rutgers Club Lacrosse.
Y'all played
Way to
twice.
get those
Okay.
2. We're nice, and them boys are about to be a problem. But let's stop talking about club lacrosse for a second. Let's bring it to the next game, which is that Hopkins Ohio State game. Let's go with that, Diggs.
Diggs,
All right.
that tweet you sent out was hilarious, by the way, about Russ having to coming back, and he got Bobby Van Buren. 10 out of 10
Yeah.
tweet. 10 out of 10
I just
tweet.
really wish he actually was in the game because I looked and he didn't play because it was 51, not 31. I just thought I saw a 31 out there and I saw 44 covering him. I was like, oh.
10 out of 10 tweet though. I don't care.
Yeah, right. That'd be crazy. Because think about that. You got to be out injured your first game back. You got to see BVV. Nah. Pass. Yeah, man. Hopkins, look. Ohio State's a Final Four team. Like this losing to Ohio State, it just felt like the UNC loss. Like you lose to UNC, it's like, okay, they're probably going to championship weekend. It's entirely possible. They might finish top in the ACC. Like that's fine. that's kind of how I feel about Ohio State. Ohio State could easily win the Big Ten. They're a great team this year, not a good team. Hopkins finally broke double-digit goals against them because the offense was clicking. They were figuring out ways to make the defense rotate without outright beating people. They were just putting they did their offensive scout was very good. They put the defense in just pressure sensitive spots, pushed the right buttons, and got the defense rotating. And they scored almost every goal off of that. Defensively, I mean, Caleb Fyock, I don't know. I should look it up. I should have looked this up before. He must have had like 8 or 9 saves in the first half. All shots on goal, all good opportunities, and he robbed 2 or 3 cats like on the doorstep. So Caleb Fyock was blacked out in the first half. Hopkins, they only scored 3 in the first half, but that's just because he was cooking. He's a potentially national championship goalie. So like, yeah, I could be mad that Hop lost his game, but like, I think the defense played fairly well. I think they game plan pretty good. A great team like that they're going to score 14 points on you. Like it could have been 19 or 20, and it wasn't. They faced off well. Goalie situation's obviously not great. But for losing, I thought they played okay, man. But like, it's Ohio State though. So what are you gonna say?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. That's an interesting way to say you're okay with losing. But I mean, if I was Johns Hopkins too.
This is where we're at, man.
Yeah,
I had last year. I had 2023. Sometimes you get got.
I'm happy I'm not the one who lost this weekend, right, Shane? You're quiet. This is the quietest I've ever seen you because your team didn't do anything this year.
Over there, stressed,
right? Yes, Caleb Fyock is unbelievable, and I also don't want to ever watch him again in my living room with my girl because why my girl called another man Big Tasty?
Bruh, I
said,
it, man.
Don't
You gotta handle that.
I said, excuse me?
I ain't calling no other dude delicious.
Delicious. Exactly.
I said, no way. Yo, a matter of fact, okay? You know what? I'm not even going to say this, but I'll say it later. But you got, like, that's such a crazy nickname. Imagine introducing your boy to a group of girls and being like, yeah, this is my boy Big Tasty.
I mean, I can because I'm not calling them Big Tasty. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, man. That's juice, though. That's juice, though, in college. That's juice in college.
That's fair. I'll give him that. It's college.
Yeah.
But
I'm still not calling him that.
But speaking of juice, orange juice, orange, the orange beats the Fighting Irish here. The Fighting Irish. I know Brian is on cloud 9 about this. Brian, how we feeling, my man?
First, I've been sick all week, so when you see me drinking my tea, let me take a sip real quick. So, the streets wanted Syracuse to be bad so badly. Everybody, I saw how Syracuse going to keep up with Notre Dame. Notre Dame midfielders. Syracuse going to have to run his own. Number 22 can't score again. Okay. So, let's just have a little chat. I'm going to try to time myself. I'm trying to keep this like 2-3 minutes. So, first we're going to talk about that Syracuse defense. Carter Rice. Best short stick defensive midi in the country. And every single time I tweet that, usually somebody come in my mentions. There's a Ramsey that plays for Notre Dame. Number 22 from Syracuse had that boy doing burpees.
He said, damn.
Carter Rice.
Not burpees.
I know
that's crazy.
I know Notre Dame midfielders play football. Jordan baller, run a 4-4. Carter Rice said, so do I. Them boys was doing cardio. I'm gonna jog back 10-12 yards. Carter, I'm just as fast as you are. I'm freakishly athletic too. That boy put clamps in their entire midfield. The Syracuse short stick defensive midfield room. Then we're gonna go down to the close D. Riley Figueres. This is the first time as a Syracuse fan, one of the Kavanaughs where I was watching them like, we good. Because he had 4 points, 2 of the goals was in. Kind of like when it got mucked up, cool. When we don't got to worry about Chris Kavanaugh, Mike Grace. Shane talk about it all the time. Could the top D2 or D3 teams beat the top low tier D1? Can the best player from D3 could he play high major D1? Yes. Mike Grace, the best player in Division 3 the last 2 years, was the best defender on the field. And on the team with 2 teams with like 3 or 4 dudes that's all gonna be in the league. Sean Light's gonna be a first round pick. Billy Dwan's gonna be a first round pick. Riley Figueres is gonna be in the PLO. Mike Gray said, I see you. I play for Team Canada. I ain't scared. Then we go quickly going over Jimmy McCool, him. So remember Scotty was remember
He
after that Harvard game,
cooked.
it was like, we don't know. And he said it on the broadcast. Since that Harvard game, 63% save percentage. Him.
He did that thing. Yesterday.
Remember this 22 kid, a bad team point merchant.
He still ain't said nothing about Spallina. Yeah, sip that tea and go ahead. I'll shut up and listen.
That
That's
bad
crazy.
Team, that bad team
That's
point
just
merchant.
crazy. That's
That
crazy.
bad team point merchant being guarded by, I remembered IL did their top 50, 100 players. I remember Terry Foy was saying that the PLL brass said that Sean Light would be a first round pick. And you're being guarded by arguably the best defenseman in the country. I was glad my boy played. I love Sean Light. You check my Twitter. I've been talking about that boy for a minute.
He verified.
Miss me with any and all stuff where people are like, well, you didn't beat him off the dodge. When as a defender, when I can guard you one-on-one, where you start to have problems, Shane, when you go to college, not one-on-one defense anymore, is you playing team defense. 22 had Sean Lay in uncomfortable positions where you could watch it where he's looking like
100%.
I'm not
100%.
I'm not just covering you. Now I'm doing a team defense again where now I'm a slide. I usually don't have to slide. I'm usually not the 3 slide. Oh, I got to worry about who's adjacent. Joey moved.
Why?
Joey
But why? I'm telling you, because we were talking about this before. The reason why he has to play team defense is because Syracuse is playing team offense. It's because not a single one of those players, if you actually watch the game, if you actually watch Syracuse play at all, right? You can say whatever you want about Joey Spallina. It's all manufactured hate. I at this point, I don't believe you actually are a true viewer of the game, a true spectator, and are looking at Joey Spallina and thinking, yeah, he's not really as good as you think he is, because that's ridiculous at this point. The reality is none of Syracuse's offense is generated by a single person. It's not generated by a single person. If you watch the way that they play, every single one of those people on the offensive side of the ball is setting up another one of their teammates up for an excellent, not an okay shot, an excellent shot opportunity. Not a single one of those guys stays stagnant. They're always moving. I think the one play Joey came up, he passed the ball to the wing. He comes from up basically the top of the box, gets all the way down the crease, waits for Sean Light to commit. He goes, he slips under, gets into a great spot, a sidearm to a 5-hole, and it's just money. It's just money because he knows where to be, and every single one of their teammates is looking for an opportunity to pass the ball to another one of them. It's just there. And and when you're playing defense, and some of you guys have played college lacrosse, let me tell you something. Playing college defense is tough. You're always going to be put into a tough spot, but specifically for a team that is constantly moving the ball and everybody is constantly moving, it's a long day. It's a long day. You can't get caught sleeping not once, because some boys are going to take you for a full ride, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. You want to get into a zone? Go for it. You better hope to God that if we get into a zone, that none of them boys is really going to stick any of these shots, because a zone promotes outside shooting, and if those boys can shoot, that zone's going to get.
You're going to have a field day.
You know, Luke Rowe going to shoot right through that thing.
Exactly. But I get it. They're supposed to. But Syracuse offense is supposed to be the 07 Cavs, and Joey's supposed to have the ball behind the cage, and you're all supposed to watch.
07 Cavs. Great
analogy. I get it.
I don't that Syracuse offense, I've said it numerous times. My favorite offense to watch by a long shot. When
it's so good.
It's crazy. And now that I'm in this coaching round, okay, I see how hard it is to implement anything or get kids to be unselfish, especially so many kids with egos, and getting them to play that way is unbelievable. Just watching them.
It's so funny you say that, because all of those kids can do it by themselves. They don't, though. Every single one of those guys can absolutely play one-on-one ball if they really wanted to, and they don't. They play as a team. They play as an absolute team. They are pass first, pass first and move, basically. It's just constant. What are you supposed to do, bro? You're exhausted after a one possession on defense.
You know what it looks like? It looks a little bit like an NBA, like a modern NBA offense. They drive, they kick, pump fake, drive, kick again, and then one wide open three turns into the next wide open three.
Greg
Mm-hmm.
Popovich,
22 seconds off the clock. That's what it looks like. It's just move. I have a shot from 10 yards. Well, my boy got a shot from 8 yards over there.
Yep.
It's just a perfectly placed principle-based offense. Perfect principle-based offense. Yeah. It's just like, look, if you see the slide, you pass to the slide, keep your head up, move the ball. If you watch any of their games, they are quite literally 3 passes away from scoring at any given moment.
They don't watch, though. They just look at the box scores. How many points does 22 have? What's their ranking? That's all. Y'all don't watch.
Okay. I guarantee you, if you ask Joey Spallina right now, hey, would you rather win a national championship and have this many points, or would you rather have, break a record and not make the NCAA tournament?
Exactly.
It's like, I think you know which one he would pick.
Yeah. Spallina getting big up by K18. You think the SU players worried about some dude with a dog avatar on Twitter? Okay.
Crazy.
Or one of those betting accounts.
If you got Oakley's in your Twitter profile picture, your opinion doesn't matter.
I don't give a single damn what a lacrosse betting account got to say about anything, other than not even betting, because I don't bet. I don't care what any of y'all got to say. If you want one of those,
the over under of the cool bets, like, all right, dork.
Yeah,
nerds, bro.
So that is the third game the Irish has taken an L in. But speaking of L's, let's move over to Loyola. Loyola gets their first win.
Well, we deserve it.
Coach Shane, you might be 2 and you have 2 wins, because right after you call out a team, they win their next game. I think it's the start of the Shane curse, man. Looks like
it's good. I'm glad. But I need you to understand something. Let me just put something in here. You got a random dude sitting in California,
right?
Trash talk you into trying harder. That's all it is. You tried harder. You wanted to win. It took you 9 games. 9 games. Hey, let me tell you something. I got to talk about some stuff. But I need you to understand that it took you 9 games to win a game in overtime. 9.
It's crazy.
9. We're in April. It started in January. We're in April. It took you 9. It's at some point, I already know that coaching staff in that room is tense with each other, because how are we doing this? How is this happening? Where do you go from here? Because you go from having Romar Dennis, Pat Spencer, and now you can't win a game
not walking through that door
in 2025 just clean. You can't win a game clean. And let me tell you something. Hey, Shane A. Smith gonna have a little something about how not clean of a game this was too. We're gonna talk about this. But I will say, Minikis had 5. Good for you, bro. You way to put the team on your back. But at the same time, it's Bucknell. That's all I got to say. It's Bucknell.
Yeah, as much as we want to say it's Bucknell, they're also playing against an 0-9 team. So we can't put any respect on Loyola right now.
No.
Man, so many Bucknell players were telling their parents to watch the game because they was about to play.
And then, hey, you know what I found out? It was alumni day. for Bucknell at
That's
Bucknell.
crazy.
Yo.
At Bucknell.
Wow.
You know, they withdrew all them donations. Give me my money back.
What? How you
Bob,
lose to?
yep.
There's
Hit the
only
flow
2
scores.
teams that are winless. There's only 2 teams that are winless, and you let one of them beat you. We gotta. Oh boy. Y'all better get some good night's sleep tonight, because Monday. Y'all boys, your lungs are gonna be burning.
Yeah, y'all
I'll tell you
were
right now.
running.
Boy, man, you better hope to God they block off that hill on campus, because you for sure throwing up on the top of that thing. I promise you.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless America.
But congrats to Loyola for getting their first win. A win is a win. All right. They finally don't have a big egg as that first number in their record. They finally have a 1. Okay. Let's move on to the next game. Penn State beats Michigan 11-8 today. Did you guys catch that game?
Did catch that game, and you know what I love? Penn State finally getting a call to go their way off of the instant
What happened?
replay.
I didn't see it.
They got a call to go their way from an instant replay when Penn State has historically lost games because of non-instant replay. Now, granted, they didn't lose the game by 1, but still, it's like
Yo,
finally,
Penn State fans is real wild about them. Bruh, after that game when they lost, Penn State fans, there's a Penn State fan that told me that Matty Palum has a personal vendetta against Penn State lacrosse.
Oh.
No,
Uh-huh.
not the refs, him in particular.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Like, I was like, I'm good, bro. You can have that one.
I will say, I was actually at the championship game, Penn State versus Duke. I watched that play happen, and the whole place, because it was in Philly. So Penn State fans came out in full effect. You could have heard, like, it was a pin drop, and then it was nothing but boos at the end of the game. It was the craziest atmosphere to watch how pissed off all these Penn State fans were. And then watching both, I think it was Virginia and Notre Dame come out. And they were you just see some of the Virginia players just like, damn, what we do already? The game just started. Why you booing me? Like, he booing me. It's like, man.
That would be scary as hell after that game, making that badass call or not making the call after that Duke game. Yeah.
No,
seeing them run right into the locker room, bro. You wouldn't even.
Yeah, they sprinted.
Yeah.
They ain't never gonna let them forget that.
I would just do that piece and fade out. I'll be out.
Yeah.
Hit that Niles.
What did you say, Brian?
I can squabble, so I'm walking out. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Just like Shane A. Smith said, them vineyard vines don't scare me.
Yeah,
The east side of Syracuse, bro. You can try
Never. Come on. Come talk about it.
They'll be throwing high noons and shit at you. Man. I know how they go. I know how it gets, bro. I know how it gets. Crazy. But I'm happy Penn State got their calls, man. What do you guys think of replays so far this year?
And
use broadcast angles. Why are they not getting broadcast angles?
That's what's weird. That's why I'm like, I don't know. Because I remember everybody was getting all pissed for the last Penn State game. And I call him Mr. Abbott because I played with his son. But the head referee, Mr. Abbott, was basically saying they can't use the broadcast replay and they can't use the big screen. So then it's Penn State didn't have it's the weird thing because it's like we kind of do replay, but then like some leagues are like we can vote on it if we're gonna actually have replay, and then certain teams won't have all the angles and stuff. So it's like because Terry Foy has said it like at this point, if it's not working the way that it's supposed to, like no point in having it because it's too. Because I think when we think replay, we're thinking like NBA, NFL, even like tennis, where you have like the simulcam and stuff, and it's nowhere near that.
Yeah.
Boy, you better borrow John Tillman's iPad and start taking these calls, right? Boy, John, you said after every play, even if they score, staring at that thing, just give it to them. They'll figure it out.
So Goog just said that it's too mixed with what each school has available to use. It needs to be universal for what refs use.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michigan budget is way higher than Wagner's budget, so it's like it's not going to be the same. And I'm not saying that it's not a diss to Wagner; it's Big Ten football, buddy.
But hold on, hold on. You're not going to convince me that it is some exorbitant cost to make sure that you have video replay on each field that you already spent a couple $1,000,000 on for a team that you already spent a couple $1,000,000 on. Y'all can get a camera angles or camera angles in other places. Y'all can get that. Like, you're not going to convince me.
They don't
Because
care, bro.
if we start going down all these endowments for all these schools, we gonna see a couple commas on there. So what are we talking about? It's also not like, lacrosse is the only sport that you would ever need to use instant replay for. Come on, let's be real.
Nah,
Let's actually be real.
Yes, absolutely. So we can move on to the next thing, but you can also, do you guys have any other games you want to touch on?
Lemoyne College, shout out to Lemoyne.
I just want to say, everyone was talking about, Syracuse is their favorite offense to watch. Cornell is mine. I love watching their offense. I think Cornell is going to win national championship this year. I can't believe it was that close with Brown. Yeah,
Really?
I think Cornell's going to win the national championship this year.
I don't even think
I don't think anybody can step to them.
We gonna see next week on Long Island.
We are going to see next week. I'm very excited for that game.
We're not gonna see because it's behind the paywall, but
yeah, wait,
it's what?
It's gonna be on Corrigan Sports. It's gonna be behind the paywall. It's not gonna be. It's not on ESPN. It's not on. Yep.
Why does lacrosse keep doing this to themselves? Why do we keep shooting ourselves in the foot like this?
Yo, it's
gonna be number
why
one
is this
versus like number 4.
Didn't you say is it a neutral site game?
It's on Long Island. So the two biggest programs in Central New York, you can drive, because my cousin went to Cornell. I done went there a ton of times. You can drive from Syracuse to Cornell, depending on how fast you drive, the legal limit in 40 minutes. You know how many fans would be at that game?
Why are we doing these as neutral site games? Who cares who wants to watch it in Long Island? Drive your ass up to upstate. The game is happening here. We already have all that.
Mm-hmm.
Hopkins against Loyola in Connecticut. Like, why?
Yeah, why are we doing this? Okay. That's just my take. I can't believe Brown kept up with them, but I think Cornell's going to win the national championship.
Speaking of, you guys saw that the scout team gets the start?
Wait, what happened?
The scout team got the start versus Cornell for Brown.
I did not know that.
I loved it. I love that, bro.
Wait, what you mean?
The Brown scout team, not their starters, their scout team started versus Cornell.
What? Was it like a rah-rah type thing? Or is like
No, I guess like they beat them during a drill or like during the week of practice, and the scout team started the game.
Oh, respect. Okay.
You, as a coach, you got to have the biggest set of balls to do that.
Hey, and also not to be like the worst decision you made because your team only lost by 4 to the number 1 team in the country, and you're unranked. Like, that's you gotta respect that. I respect that call as the coach to be like, yeah, now we shaking it up. I'm good. With it.
I didn't watch the replay of that game yet because I fell asleep. But yeah, okay.
That's a good way to show anybody that they're not safe.
I'm looking
at
it
makes you want to play for them. It makes you want to play for them because it's like, if I play hard in practice, it actually matters.
You will actually see the field. And when he says, "Oh yeah, scout team's going to start if you win this drill," and then he does it, you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm locked." But as a starter, you're also like, "Damn,
because Brown's
really
coach
serious."
Torpy's Brown's coach, right?
Yeah, I thought I heard that too.
Yeah, because then he went from High Point to Brown, right? Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, see, that tells me that's like another reason why people love playing for him. That's crazy.
Way to get fire under their ass, man. That's a good way to be. I like that.
But
because if you don't play, you really don't keep it a buck. Like any other sport, like it's a certain amount of energy people that don't play gonna put into practice. Because you can do I'm a practice player. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. But that's what I'm saying. That like keeping them constantly motivated, man. That's tight. And if their bottom guys are motivated like that, then the top keeps on going too. It only
That's a
helps.
fact.
But Mikey said Cordell winning the Natty. Okay. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm not all in on them because I don't think they're gonna make.
I'll put my name next to that tape.
Shane, so we
CJ
know
Curse,
who
man. I got you. I understand.
we know who Brian thinks is going to win the Natty. Brian, who do you think is going to win the Natty? Say.
No. I don't think. Put an asterisk. I know Syracuse is winning the national championship.
That's insane. You know they don't play the Final Four in the Carrier Dome, right?
Oh, all right. I
just want to make sure you knew that.
Syracuse men's and women lacrosse is like crapping on everybody with attendance, but it should be in the dome. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, those numbers are undeniable. So I mean, I looked at the box score for the Loyola game. They had 293 people in that game.
it was 293 people.
That's a lot.
I mean, for that team, but it was at Bucknell.
Where's Buck?
Oh, it was at Loyola? Okay. And
Yeah.
it was alumni day, and then they lost.
Alumni don't care about you. That's crazy.
They said, I didn't listen this one out.
That's probably one of the funniest storylines of the season, actually.
Damn, that means that was just people cousins and their aunties. And
That was
they can't
true.
They left that shit mad as hell.
So this is what you invite me to?
Can you imagine that though? Like you excited? Like we had 300 people at the game. Then you go on Twitter and it's like Syracuse attendance record 11.2 thousand people.
And put that thing on the 2-time defending national champions.
Oh,
Like
God.
you
About
happy with
10,000
about 300 people.
Nah. Hey, but I will say, though, when we did talk about this last week, Fairfield beat Hofstra 14-10.
They were handling them.
And
Yeah, I
Hofstra
thought
was
it was
leading
close.
Hofstra's not bad.
Yeah. Hofstra was not bad. I remember we were last week, what's his name, said, because Coach T's coaching that Hofstra team that Fairfield's going to lose today. Or yeah. Huh?
He called Kyle Harrison. What's his name?
What's his name? Well, you know what I was talking about.
That's crazy. What's his name?
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
didn't know
What's his
Slater the
name?
goat like that.
That was
Man,
funny. He was just talking.
he knows what's up.
Shane,
He knows what's up.
who would you put on as your national championship
Oh,
win?
that's easy, man. Wagner, bro. Come on. Be in that thing.
Dude,
For
I
real.
freaking
playing,
can't
bro.
with you, bro.
Stop playing.
No. What you want me to say, Scotty? Rutgers? Come on, bro. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be Virginia. End of story. We're gonna figure it out. We got a lot of time.
Yo, that
figure it
is
out.
I'm not that
delusional.
delusional.
You talk this shit about me saying Rutgers. Meanwhile, you're over here sitting talking about Virginia.
We ain't doing all that.
If you would have told me at the beginning of the season that Scotty's would have the second best team on this podcast, some of us called you crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely.
I got to cut up big just saying Rutgers is going to end up last in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I said that. I was wrong.
That's like I can't.
Look at that! What a guy! What a guy!
Congratulations.
All right, you want to know my?
Played yourself.
All right, my actual answer. Who wins the Natty this year? Is that the question?
Yeah, that's the question.
Honestly, right now, I gotta go Syracuse. I think Syracuse takes it. I think they're playing a really good team game. I see them just being able to, from a coaching staff perspective, be able to systematically handle most of the teams that they will play against, especially when it comes down to the wire, because all of those guys, they know how to play. They know how to play well. They know how to play unselfish. They know how to play together. It's only a matter of time before they kind of reach that postseason form. May's just around the corner. That's in another month. To think that this Syracuse team is going to be, 30 days better going into the national champion or going to the tournament. I'm kind of on that. I mean, to beat Notre Dame 14-9, 5 goals is on the cusp of decisive, and that's pretty good.
5 goals decisive.
The thing is, like 4. I say 5 goals is decisive. Anything 5 and over is decisive. I think like 4 is not quite decisive for me.
Bro, they didn't score
like,
a goal. They didn't score a goal for almost 2 quarters.
That was crazy. That was crazy to see that.
Yeah, that's insane. So
Hey,
Who you got, Scotty?
What did he say?
I said, who do you have? I'm curious. Who you?
I'm in this whole mental debate with myself because if Maryland pull, I don't know how low I am on Maryland right now because of this loss that he just had versus Rutgers.
Man, better focus on Ohio State.
Right. And then now I'm like, Ohio State, they're super hot right now, but is the team that's hot right now hot on Memorial Day weekend?
Now,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Historically, not always.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying. And so I'm a little nervous about picking Ohio State. And then with Cornell, I'm like, I think they're going to fall up again sooner or later. Because there's nobody who's like that much better than anybody. Like nobody at the tippy top. And that's where I'm having a hard time making this pick. So I'm going to have to go with the Scarlet Knights out of Rutgers University.
I mean, if they just play Big Ten schools,
Man,
y'all
you
probably
just Scarlet Knights. They're going to catch hot. They're going to catch heat towards Memorial Day weekend, especially if they keep on playing like this. So, and Carden Stoller keeps on doing his thing.
yeah, I mean,
I think this. I love this in lacrosse right now because it's not just two teams season, right? It's like anybody's season right now. Where you guys could have said any school, and I'd be like, that's a solid pick, almost.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I said Virginia, and you didn't say that, so I don't know.
Besides that.
Okay. All right. Good to know. But yeah, no. Honestly, when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at either Syracuse or Ohio State are the only two teams that I'm like, okay. All right.
Defense travels, man. Ohio State's got Cullen Brown and BVB are pros. Caleb Fayek is a pro.
I know.
Because he's like French Canadian, so it's not Mariner. Marnier, Alex
Yeah.
Marnier is
Yo,
like
he was
he's
a
so good,
bucket against Hopkins, bro. A bucket. And I know we don't have the best goalies, but he was a bucket.
And if I remember correctly, he came in Ohio State as a pole, and he switched to attack. If I'm remembering the right.
Yo, I just got.
lacrosse.
That's
I'm trying to
different.
remember that.
Yo.
I watched a lot of lacrosse. I'm pretty sure that's him though.
I just had this conversation with somebody. I don't know where it was, but I was trying to say, how as a coach do you see a pole and you're like, he needs to be on offense?
Right.
The guy, that doesn't make sense to me because
Ben
you can
Wade,
watch an
that's
LSM. You can watch an LSM play like a transition mid and get their buckets on a fast break or something. But what makes you be like, no, I want them to play settled on offense with a shorty? Like,
That's crazy.
What did they for sure did that to Miles Jones? There's no way you look at those coaches that looked at Miles Jones and said, "Hey, you're gonna play offense." They for sure put a pole in his hand, and at some point they were like,
we all know how
he said that's his story.
Yes,
he said that's his story.
Ashamed if you use on black kid. Be ashamed if you use on athleticism on offense.
I already know. But at the same time, it's like if you see a poll I think that's exactly how, right? If you look at a poll who's like, I'm going to stay concerned, I'm going to stay controlled, I'm going to stay really conservative, I'm going to stay on the defensive side, I'm going to make the right play here and here and here. Oh, that's all well and good. You see a poll that's like actively pushing transition, trying to start the offense, staying on, catching, scoring. At some point, you just go, hey, man, here's a short stick. We're going to put you at midi for a little bit. And then you start doing doing all the polls dirty. Hey, man, we're going to put you at attack for a little minute. And then they start making plays. Shoot. What you supposed to do? You just – come on.
Diggs, did they give you a poll your first day when you were playing with –
No, I was saying Miles Jones. Me? Oh, no. Okay, so I had a coach who said I asked to play attack because I started out in midfield. They were like, you don't know what you are yet. Just play midfield. And I asked, like, on my third year of lacrosse, I had a coach that I had a good relationship with. I was like, yo, coach, can I play attack? And he pulled me aside and he looked me in the eye and he said, no, you're a midfielder. Don't ever ask another coach ever again if you can play attack. That's a waste of your talent. You're a midfielder. You can shoot hard. You can get past people. You can also play defense. You can he's like, you can do all the stuff. So I had a coach that enabled me and was like, don't ever ask to play a different position ever, as long as you live. But I was going to say that's Miles Jones's story. They put a pole in his hand and he was crossing midfield too much. They were like, man, you know what? Here's a short stick.
Hell yeah. That's I get that. But it's also not rocket science to look at Miles Jones and be like, damn, dog, if I gave you a shorty, who's stopping you?
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
But
You
I
know?
mean, at the same time, like he's 6'5". So that's
That
basically Sean Light. Like, what do you mean? Like he's 6'5". If you're a 6'5" pole, like that's terrible. Nobody. It is never good when you look at the other team and all of all of their defense is over 6'3", 6'4". I mean, look at Virginia's defense like 2-3 years ago. Every single one of those guys were like 6'5"
True.
plus.
One of them was
Like,
6'7".
Yeah, Cole Kastner, 6'7".
Yeah, that boy was 6'7".
That
That's some
boy, and
crazy
he
shit.
was moving too. So I mean, at some point you gotta look at it and go, I kind of like you there, but it's just like a big lacrosse player is good anywhere, except for maybe goalie. I don't
Yeah.
know. Tall goalies don't necessarily translate.
No, and it's funny too that the big goalies are like transitioning out of lacrosse too. We got on that topic earlier.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
About it. But guess where those big goalies get their equipment from? No other than Lax.com. Whether you're
Well
gearing
done.
up for the season, need fresh gloves, or just want to flex on your teammates with the latest gear, Lax.com has you covered. They've got everything from heads and shafts to apparel and training essentials. And here's the best part. They've got pros on deck to string your stick exactly how you like it. I ain't going to lie, guys. I don't know how to string a stick. If it wasn't for Lax.com, I don't know what I would do. All right. I would just play with I would just play with a bag, to be honest. All right. So don't forget, it's Lax.com. They got fast shipping. All right. You'll have your gear in hand before your next practice. So do yourself a favor. Head to Lax.com.
Hey, Goose fried you in the chat.
Yeah,
dog.
he did. That one was good.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
Yo,
That's
That's a
crazy.
good one.
cooking
I
you in
think
the
that I
chat,
think that might be
man.
Goose' best comment in the chat.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
He is cooking you in the chat.
Hey,
Fried your ass.
yeah, it's all right. That's all right,
He
brother.
said Scotty talking like they just want a chance.
Yo,
He said that shit during your ad read, bro.
Hey, I'm all right with Googs. Like this is how he is in defeat. I'm okay with it, man. I'm
Oh
okay.
man, that's great.
Nah, good
Crazy.
dude. That's what I'm
Consistent.
saying.
He's
And,
consistent.
like after when Cuse lost to Bear Louise, just talking like good dude, man.
He can bark, bro, but he can take it back too.
Yeah.
That's what makes it better. Like talk your talk, but when you lose, don't be a jerk when y'all lose.
Oh.
Whatever. Anyway, so I texted you guys this weekend. I think it was this weekend or Friday, whatever. I asked you guys, yo, I was watching N1 mixtapes, and I was like, yo, if you had to make an N1 lacrosse team, who would be on your team? Okay, who would be on your team? So I want you guys to have 3 players. It's 3 players on your team. All right. I don't know how I'm going to do the first pick. So let me see. Googs, I want Googs in the comment to say who gets the first pick.
Ooh, I got a good one.
Say the draft order, Googs. Okay. I have a feeling he's going to give the first pick to Diggs, but I want John Googs in the comments right now to say who's going to get the first pick. Because I just love the whole thing of like street ball and just
Let's go.
Oh my God.
I knew it.
I
That's
knew it
my
was gonna be
dog.
Shane.
That's my dog. Let's
Remember
go.
what I said in the
Yo,
chat.
whoa.
I
Dude.
got dibs.
Oh my God. Yo, I'm such an idiot because I literally asked a Maryland fan after they just got waxed by Rutgers. I owe myself a button.
Congratulations, you played
That's my dog.
yourself.
That's my
That's
dog.
crazy, dude.
I don't even
Let's
need
go.
who, Mikey. I don't even need 2 of them. We good.
All right, so we're
Okay.
gonna go. The order that Goog said is Shane, Diggs, Brian, and me, of course. All right, so we're picking our N1 lacrosse teams. 3 players from any generation. Go ahead.
Dan Bradman.
Good pick.
Baller.
That's a
Baller.
great pick.
Sam Bradman for sure. For sure. Okay. That's that if you don't know, you need to go ask somebody. If you don't know, you need to go ask somebody. If you don't know about LXM Pro Tour, because that's basically damn near kind of the same thing. Let me tell you something. You need to ask somebody.
On
Okay,
Twitter, I put
okay,
his
all
mixtape
right.
on there
So
a couple
you
months
didn't
ago.
have to throw that piece in there. You could have just let it go. I knew what the answer. I knew why, but you could have just let it go. You didn't have to say that. Thank you. Anyway, Sam Bradman. All right. Do I need to go all three, or am I just, we're just
No,
going one at a
absolutely
time?
not. I ain't letting you
All right,
do
cool.
that. All that
Yeah,
now.
smart.
Oh,
Yo,
that ruins my answer. Damn.
that's the whole point of the tale with the draft, dog. He just took your number one pick. But I love that because Sam Bradman has one of the hardest mixtapes I've ever seen. That LXM Pro Tour video,
Upstate New
ridiculous.
York in the building. So he was so
I'm
good,
Ridiculous.
bro.
going to tell you something. I saw him go for a underhand, one-handed pass to a dime. One hand, just little one-handed flip. That changed the whole chemistry of my brain when I was in high school. The whole chemistry of my brain. I was like, you could, you could do that. Boy, changed my whole thought process on life. Is that, and it was Ryan Brown's shot to the top right corner from like I want to say 20 yards out off of that him
That was on
extending
Q's.
him extending all the way back top right from there. Both of those shots changed the brain chemistry, no question. Anyway,
All right, Diggs, you go ahead and make your pick now.
I'm still gonna go with the first part of my answer. I gotta say Lyle Thompson. I gotta have Lyle. Just the smoothness, the creativity, the unbotheredness. No matter how hard you play him defensively, he don't care. He's like, you can beat
That's
my
a
arm
dog.
up, whatever. It's a one hand goal. It's a one hand dish around your head top. Like that type of dude in an and one setting. I gotta have him. It's Lyle Thompson for first pick.
I already know who Brian's about to pick. Brian, go ahead and say it.
No, because I'll give him to you. Because Scotty, I'll let you get him. So if we doing players, I'm gonna give my Cuse legend to Scotty. I'm gonna do Chaz Woodson.
that's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's
That
a
is
good
a
one.
good one.
His highlight tape makes his way on social media at least once a year. So I don't even need
That's
to say
fair.
anything.
That's a good one.
I was thinking about his highlight tape today. Somebody said Jim Thorpe.
No, that's crazy.
It's wild.
Not on and one mixtape, dog.
Yo, so I was thinking about Chaz Woodson's highlight tape today, how the beginning of his highlight tape is him, like just
Talking.
and different camera angles. Yeah.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Yeah.
Oh man,
He said like I'm
awesome.
back or something in it. Yeah, yo, Dick.
Yeah.
Yo, that was it, man. I
Yo,
was
we've
like,
all watched that so many times. We all know exactly what you're talking
Oh
about.
my god,
he goes, I imagine recording. He goes, yo, this is crazy, son.
that's crazy. Oh yeah, he's looking at it like, oh, this gonna kill him. This gonna kill him.
Banger.
I'm back.
I'm back, yo. But that shit was cold when I was in like sixth grade.
Facts. I was like, oh, that's the
Exactly.
toughest thing I've ever seen.
All right. All right. I have to do it. I'm gonna take Mikey Powell. Why would I not, man? One of the most creative players of all time. I gotta put Mikey Powell on. And I love LXM Pro Tour. Mikey with the bandana coming out the back of his helmet.
Yeah.
You remember Jada Kiss with like the paper towel bandanas?
Right.
That was Mikey.
I'm putting Mikey Powell right there. But now we're back at Shane's pick. Go ahead, Shane.
Okay, he doesn't have to be. Okay, never mind. You ready for this one? This is a good one. Jamel Bratton.
Okay.
Wow.
When he did that behind the back, if he can, oh my god,
He's
Would have
squad member,
and
bro.
changed forever if that shot dropped.
But
Him
I'll
and
tell you
Lyle
what.
both did it and both missed.
I'll tell you what, the one play that will forever stick with me is how he had that one Duke short stick midi fighting
Doing bear
for his
crawls.
life. Fighting for his life.
Bear crawls.
This man killed him in 2 moves and did 3 more just for good measure.
That's a hit with mixtape.
The
That's
kid-
hot sauce.
Yo.
The kid was done for. He was done for. First move, he got demoted. Second move, he lost his scholarship. The third move, this
It's
man
on
took
team.
everything from his family lineage from years and years, and then stepped up and scored. He walked towards him
Low to high.
Hey,
They
Shane.
walked away. That's crazy.
Hey, Shane. Let's relive it.
Let's
Take a look right now.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
he's playing
Man
with
needed
his
a
food,
map,
bro.
dog. That
No,
boy needed a map.
no. Yeah. You had that boy really lost. Really
How do
lost.
how do you
how
go
you
back to the box after that?
how you make a Division I short stick midi from Duke look like he doesn't deserve to be there?
I'll be mad as hell, bro.
That's when you just put him on the head, bro. You just put him on the head.
That's
Don't even say
it.
that.
I know for a fact he went off to the sideline and his teammates were like, yeah.
The no look tap. That's fact.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah,
Because
you
if I
have
look at
to.
you, I'm gonna start
Yeah.
laughing at you.
Yo, imagine
And
coming
good
back
shit,
to
bro.
the sideline and you have that one whack ass teammate. You got it next time.
Yeah, I'd be like,
You don't shut up, bro. Like,
that's why you don't play.
oh my god, I'll be mad as hell. All right,
Oh.
all right, we got to keep on moving with this. So Shamel, Bratton, Diggs, who you got?
Yeah.
I gotta take my man K18. I gotta
Oof.
take Kyle.
That's a good
Everyone knew it was gonna happen. I mean, like he plays lacrosse like a hooper. If y'all have never seen, I mean, okay, so there's not enough film around, right? Because his highlight tape is just him going down the alley and scoring and then mixing a couple cats. But like if you dig deep in LXM highlights, like if you dig deep in LXM highlights, and if you were around to watch his Hopkins career, he was making dudes turn the wrong way every game. And when Homewood had turf, he was playing in Concords.
Yeah,
He was playing Concords. I mean,
Different.
like, how do you
That's-
not have a
that's-
dude like that on your team? Different.
That's
He's
different. That's different.
that shake was crazy, man.
Like the shake was crazy. Just he could shoot from anywhere, both hands. Time and room, he can score from 17 yards, both hands. It doesn't matter. I need Kyle Harrison on my team.
Watching him split dodge and having a grown ass man do a 360 because he lost him.
Literally turned the wrong way, couldn't find him multiple times.
Crazy. So Brian, who you got?
Before I said, Coach Goog said that Chanel made that boy lose his 401k.
Upside down hand right there.
For my second pick, from my second pick, because we were going to talk about it. I said talk last week, but we had to go on. Stop disrespecting the two-time winner, Miles Thompson. Filthiest goal scorer of the last 15 years, most goals scored in a regular season. Stop playing with Miles Thompson's name. Check the highlight tape.
Facts.
I like it.
It's people on the internet talking about he won that award because of Lyle. Yeah, okay. You don't watch the Crossbuster.
I was just about to say that. People were like, "Oh, he rode Kyle." I was like, "Wait a second. You mean the only time that ever happened? It was a for pity? Is that what we're talking about? No,
Crazy.
Miles
82,
like
82 goals. He still had 37 assists. Miss me with that.
Nah, it's different.
Crazy.
Second pick. Miles Thompson
100
was
points in this
different.
season is crazy.
Stop playing with my man.
It's a good pick. Yeah, people forget, but you didn't. We didn't. Hell no.
Nope.
Facts.
So I got the next pick. One of my favorite and one players was Escalade. I used to love watching him play. He looked so smooth like butter when he'd play lacrosse or when he'd play basketball. All right.
R.I.P.
Yeah. But speaking of that, bringing it to lacrosse, right? Somebody who didn't look the part, especially through the later part of their career, was John Grant Jr., bro.
Oh.
I got John Grant Jr. Yo, you watch like towards the end of his career, you're like, yo, how is he scoring? He scored like 12 goals in one game as like a 39-year-old or something like that. You're like, what is he? And it's creative. It's not fast. He's not moving faster than his defender. Just backing him down, doing like I don't even know how he's getting this stuff off his stick, man. So I'm going with John Grant Jr.
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
Excellent.
Oof.
Last pick.
Last pick. Yeah, this is one y'all not thinking about, but I got you. You ready for this one?
Don't take mine.
Pat Spencer.
God Damn it.
Hoodie Pat.
Pat Spencer.
Hoodie Pat.
I want Pat Spencer. And here's why. This is the most out of all the players I've ever seen cook somebody. He is the most nonchalant killer you've ever seen in your life. He was really folks was like, I can't believe this lacrosse player is really able to play in the NBA. If you watch this man play lacrosse, you would see he's really hooping out there. He's really hooping out there. He was hitting step backs. He was hitting step backs on folks. He would break your ankles, hit a step back, top left corner with the left hand. Different. I thought of Coach Shrek. Hey, I thought about Coach Christmas Day. That's a good one. I thought about it, but then I thought about it even more, and I was like, you know what? I want somebody who is unfazed to just make you look stupid, right? Unfazed, make you look stupid. And Pat Spencer, boy, he just looked like he just showed up. The fact that name one other player that could show up wearing their game day jersey, game day shorts, and have a hoodie underneath. Name one. Yeah. Hoodie Pat Spencer is different.
Diabolical.
Different. I'm telling you, man, that boy was crazy. So, yeah. Shamel, Sam Bradman, Pat Spencer.
I like that. That's a good team. We all have pretty good teams so far. Diggs, who are you picking for this last pick?
Man, under duress, because Pat Spencer was my pick for every exact reason you just said. Couldn't have said it better myself. Co-sign everything you said. Under duress and just thinking of someone off the top, Grant Amen.
Nah, he's different too.
Because
he's different.
Crazy Shake. He's the passer of the group. Lyle can pass, but he just his vision, bro. Like his vision coming out of the dodge, being able to pass it, and if you don't slide to him, it's a bucket.
All right,
he like that.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. Brian,
to wrap up Brian's team: Chaz Woodson, Miles Thompson, the Carthage Comet, Casey Powell, 38-year-old winning MLL MVPs. If everybody's watched lacrosse, you go on YouTube, the Powells, like and on stick tricks, you watched it.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh yeah.
Go.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's
right. I remember trying to do that stuff in those videos, man. Getting so mad. I never learned it. I'm so mad. I'm like, no.
Yeah, Ryan doing them like the little twirl. I'm like, man, stop, man. I'm a long pole. I can't do this.
Nothing near post. I was thinking about Connor Fields. He was in my head when I was thinking of mine.
No Connor Fields hate here, but when I think of entertaining players to watch in today's game, I think of one of the most entertaining players is Mikey Sowers.
Yeah, that
was my third or my fourth if we had a fourth was Mikey.
Mikey Sowers. I watched him at Street Lacrosse, and he was putting on a show. Putting on a show with the things he could do with the stick. He's so creative when he was playing at Street Lacrosse. I'm like, I got to put him on my team. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's like the professor.
These hours fly by. I can't believe we're already at an hour. It's crazy. Dang. It's crazy. Googs, I'm not going to lie. I thought about Ryder, but I like Mikey more right here for this one. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That would have been a good one.
So I want you guys to relax and take notes. Sponsored by Lax.com. Let's take a look at this play right here. Okay. I'm going to bring it to the Rutgers Maryland game. Take a look at this.
At the dot. Second best in the Big Ten. Kelly, jab, step, and score. Man, that guy throws howitzers at cages.
He said hepatitis C you later, dude.
Bro, I stood up off my couch. That double move to the middle absolutely lost, son. Paints top left from what was that, 13, 14 yards? I ran it back because I was just watching the highlights. I ran that joint back like 4 times.
Yeah,
I hear
he-
nothing like
Boy,
I
you
hear
know,
nothing
Diggs,
Mikey just said after Scotty's comment. Mikey, I love you, bro. I hear a word you said after Scott.
you
What
gotta
Scotty
say
just
that
said.
again because I was
What?
dead ass lost. Did you not just hear what
Did
this
you not
man
hear what
said?
Scotty
No,
said?
I went completely over my head. I
He
completely
said
missed whatever happened.
hepatitis. See you later.
Oh yeah, no, that's crazy. I did hear that. I just blew
I'm sorry,
right
Mikey.
by that.
I'm sorry.
Oh
that took it
man,
out.
bro. I'm
I got
crying,
that.
dude. I'm crying. Y'all ain't moved. Y'all,
Why
yo,
are you
y'all
like
didn't
this?
move the whole time Diggs was talking, bro.
Yeah.
Why are you like this?
I was in real life disbelief. Like, there's no way you really just said that. There's no way you made that connection in your brain, bro. I hope to God you are an organ donor, so when you die, they can study you because I am dumbfounded with how you do these
It might just be
segues
because
and
he
that
does
one.
it all the time. It might just be
That's
because he does it all the
sickening.
time. Like,
That
but
is
Scotty,
sickening.
that's top tier. That is top
Why
tier.
are you like this, man?
I just no way, no
Yo.
way. You're not
All
a
right.
real person.
I'm just saying, when I saw that move, bro, I was like, oh. And I've talked to Diggs before about Rutgers not having anybody that was too shifty. Like, they need somebody that's able to shake and bake. Colin Kelly answered my prayers right here, man. Like, they started getting shifty in this game.
Nah,
And
that's different for him.
Syracuse in the building. And he's 6'5", too. That's not no little dude. Like,
yeah, that was a hell of a play by
Oh
Colin
yeah.
Kelly.
Mikey
And
spitting facts. I'm just lost in the comments.
Yeah, I was like, do I even want to go into this right now? I can't even.
I thought I
couldn't
missed something
function.
completely else. I
No,
was just like,
no.
oh, that Scotty does that shit all the time. I
No,
have no idea
yeah.
how you would go.
Diggs was like, I'm not even going to give him the time of day. And I was
Like,
Yeah,
I'm not even
no.
going not even dignifying that with a response.
I'm like
Yeah.
this. I'm like this the second I wake up, boys.
That's crazy.
Oh, I know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Diggs knows. Diggs knows.
Oh,
All
my
right.
God.
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna clip that. We'll put it on Instagram, but whatever.
I think I ruined that because I talked right over it. If we all started laughing, you could have clipped that.
You'll see. You'll see.
All right,
You'll see.
do your thing.
All right. Let's
Like
go
I ruined
to the walk that dog, Brian. Who walked that dog?
Take a wild guess who I'm picking to walk that dog.
Yep.
Carter Rice, Jimmy McCool, the Syracuse defense, walk that dog, all that yapping. Could Syracuse stop Notre Dame? Yes, they could. Notre Dame scored the first 3 goals. They didn't score again until like a minute left in the third quarter. John O'Derna, because I'm not on, I can't see the Instagram comments, but my boy Nothing Near Post, shout out New Hartford. He put on there the John O'Derna effect. He always tweets that out. Syracuse defense, walk that dog. Talk all the Notre Dame back-to-back champs. Syracuse can't do this. Syracuse can't do that. Syracuse defense is elite. They walk that dog. They put them boys in cages. Offense had people doing burpees, but yeah, shout out to the defense.
Let's go. Yep. That's a good take by you. I knew you were gonna say that to give it to Syracuse defense.
I didn't even research, already knew.
I'm like, yo, are we not talking about Cardin Stoller? But whatever.
Oh,
That's your
yeah.
segment, not my segment.
Had Syracuse not won, that's who would have won it.
Okay.
He bought out, especially against, because I'll give him his props, especially when you're playing a top break or number 2 Maryland. Come on, man.
Yep.
Respect.
We love that. We love that. And Diggs, what we talking about today, my man?
Hey, I'm gonna give my Can You Dig It shout out to Spencer Wertheim from UNC. The reason being, early on in the season, I was like, yo, UNC looks like the best team in the ACC. People told me that was cat, and people told me that they didn't have the midfield to keep up. I was like, just give them some time. They'll figure it out. Spencer Wertheim with a season high 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists. That brings his total to 5 goals and 14 assists. I think the midfield is playing just fine. I mean, like two really close losses this season. Just holding it down for a unit that I think is going to support UNC's star attack cast just fine going into May. So shout out Spencer Wertheim, senior, putting on for the UNC midfield that people doubted early in the season.
Yeah, respect.
Yep.
Because he does that regularly. Yeah. I'm a word as a Cuse fan.
Yeah, let him start doing that in May. See what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Now introducing my man with the bald head, Shane A. Smith.
Paul Feinbaum.
Thanks for that. I got a couple things to say. I did a little research this weekend. Did you know that 75% of the teams that score first in an NCAA Division I men's lacrosse game win the game? Did you know that? Did you know that?
No,
Because I didn't know that.
didn't.
I went down the list, and oddly enough, the two teams that found themselves in the 25%, Maryland, and guess who else? Notre Dame. My question is, how in the world do you go to the national championship and 75%, 3 out of 4 times, if you score first, you win the game, and somehow you lose this game? As a national championship appearance contender, both of y'all lose this game. Ought to be ashamed. But you know who else scored first and ended up winning the game? The boys in green. Loyola, Maryland. It took you 9 L's for you to get your first win against a top-ranked team. Oh, hold on. My producer's telling me something. I take that back. It was not a ranked team. It was Bucknell. It took you 9 L's to beat Bucknell in overtime? In overtime? You know, clearly, you know what? It has to be. Now that I think about it, you know, Loyola must have just, you know, they must have just done so well. You know, they probably outscored. Hold on. Oh, they didn't outscore them. Oh, Bucknell outscored them 45-39. Oh, okay. But you know, the ground balls must have been better. Hold on. Oh, Bucknell beat them on ground balls 45-26. Oh, well then Loyola must have won all the face-offs. Oh no, Bucknell beat them on the face-offs too. Okay, well then, you know, in order for Bucknell to lose this game, you know, they must have turned the ball over. Oh, they only turned the ball over 14 to 12. Oh. And and they had 2 more caused turnovers than Loyola too. Huh. You know, that's interesting. I've never in my life seen a team lead in almost every major statistical category at home with all your alumni present, all 300 of them, and still somehow lose to a game that you should have beat to a team that was 0-9. So I'm gonna tell you 2 things. Loyola, congratulations. You beat a worse team than you apparently in overtime. Congratulations. Hopefully, monkey's off your back and you can go and play another game. You got a tough schedule though. Looking at it, you still got to play Towson. You still got to play Holy Cross. You got to play Navy and you got to play Army. I'm gonna tell you right now, them boys in armed forces are about to put you in an armed force right now. You understand? It's going to be tough for you. Especially because you got to go to Army's campus. They finna run you out the gym. There we go. But I got something else for you. if you play for the Bucknell Bison and you lost to an 0-9 team in your alumni game or alumni meet the alumni game, I hate to tell you this. I hope you got a Dick's Sporting Goods nearby because those nice chrome buckets, they're going out. They're going out. Okay? I know you really like them jerseys that fit really well. Guess what? You're about to be real comfortable with Russell Athletics. Okay? You're about to be real comfortable. All right? Hey, man, you know them nice sublimated practice gear that you got? Hey, man, it's going to be just black and white with no name, no number on it from now on. Hate to break it to you, man.
Direct leagues.
Hey, man, you better start. Right after that game, you better put a couple car washes on the calendar, too. All that funding you got, that's gone. That's gone. Hey, man, but good luck. You lost to Loyola, Maryland in overtime. That's an 0-9 team, and your alumni were present. And that's probably the last time you're going to see them there. That's probably the last time you're going to see them there.
Damn.
So, good luck to you. I'll be watching you closely. If you play for Loyola, I don't know what else to tell you, man. 1-9, you might be 1-13. But good luck. Good luck. That's all I got to say about that. And if you go to Bucknell, hit up that Dick's Sporting Goods, man. I got a code for you. Come talk to me. All right.
We love it.
Thank you. That's all I got to say about that.
Brought to you by Shane A. Smith doing the damn thing. Thank you, Mr. Smith. We appreciate you as always.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
Killing it. Bucknell.
You had to put him on the ticker, bro.
Yup. Just had to let them know, man. Just had to let them know. And now anything Loyola touches turning just as bad.
They said you lack
crazy. So we got our pick'ems, guys. I got to check in with them real quick. All right, we're about halfway done, more than halfway done with the season. We've gone through 50 games. So here are our records at this point. Okay, Scotty, after, you know what, I'm gonna end with me. I'm gonna go with Shane, went 1-4 this week. So he is now 26-24. Brian went 4-1, killing it. He is 34-16. Diggs went 2-3 this week. He's 29-21. And yours truly, Scotty, went 4-1 this week with a record of 30-20 here. Okay,
I gotta stop playing with y'all.
It's pretty damn close here. I'm surprised how close it is. It's still pretty damn close. Okay,
I mean, second to fourth is close. I don't know what you're talking about, but all right.
God damn, Brian.
He's sipping that tea.
Yeah,
what's in that tea, Brian?
Man, it's ginger tea. Hopefully, again, I apologize if I sound terrible. I'm trying to get over this cold.
Trying to get better. He's trying to get better. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna let him go to sleep then because I don't need to deal with any more bullying. All right, especially after Rutgers just shocked the world. Okay, it's New Jersey versus the world.
Thanks, Maryland. The one time I picked Maryland, I'll lose, or I'd be 5-0 if I did my normal pick against Maryland.
Should have just
Ain't
listened.
that crazy?
Yeah, I gotta stop picking off vibes, bro. I wanted Dartmouth to win. I didn't really think they were gonna win, but I wanted them to win. I put them on.
Me too. Them. That was a vibe pick for me.
I gotta stop picking off vibes. I gotta start really going after y'all. Even though I'm still over 500, I don't like where I'm sitting right now. I don't like where I'm sitting right now. I think y'all think I really don't know what I'm talking about. I just be picking some teams. I'm like, yeah, I want you to win. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. All right, we'll end it at that here, guys. Remember to follow us on Spotify, Twitter, X. Remember to interact with our stuff online. All right, we've got a whole lot of good stuff coming on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure to give us some love. But it's your boys, Brian, Diggs, Shane, and yours truly, Scotty, signing off.